road and I'm back. I kind of disappeared for a year. I love that as soon as I start recording, the motorcyclists go by. Anyway, basically I wasn't recording for a while because I just got really busy. I've been unit overloaded at college for a really long time, and then I don't know, I just kind of got into my head that I needed to like have my setup and everything, and I'm just gone. I'm never at home, like, ever. I'm constantly on the road. I've been out in traffic for like an hour and a half now, a little bit longer, because I had a Starbucks detour, and oh my gosh, I didn't realize that turning into that Starbucks that I couldn't go around the back, so I had to like back out and then like turn back onto it was a whole thing. But I got my Starbucks and it was good, but I'm never going there to that one again because that was a mess. But anyway, then my dad gave me this idea where I just literally talk to the camera while I'm in the car, because I drive a lot. I'm constantly driving all over the place. So yeah, and then I can talk about all the things I've been wanting to talk about again. Anyway, that is why I'm back and here, and I know I don't have many of you, but thanks to you who are still subscribed to me, and hopefully future viewers who just want to hear me ramble. But basically, I just want to talk about my story. So since I'm talking about like being back and everything, I might as well also discuss like the stories and like the histories of that. So we're gonna begin at the beginning of when Aaron wanted. I talk in the third person. You get used to it. When Aaron first started writing, and that would be the very first story, The Adventures of the Lightsaber Family. So we're going to start all the way back in 3rd grade. By the way, at this point in time, I hated reading. You would not catch me reading a book unless it was a Star Wars encyclopedia. That is what I read. And then also novelizations of, well, not even novelizations, like visual guides of the book, I guess. But so I would yeah. Anyway, so that one basically was, I created a persona, Lightsaber Girl, after I had watched the Clone Wars, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love Ahsoka so much, and I basically made like a self-insert style story where I was making, what's it called? Sorry, I was distracted by the moving under the bridge. But basically is a self-insert into Star Wars, because I was Lightsaber. I wrote a lot of self-insert fan fictions. I mean, that's such a common thing to start with. It makes sense. But so she essentially is just totally powerful and awesome. She went to Crystal City, took down Grievous, but of course, like at the last second, Grievous gets away, because that's what has to happen. So Star Wars Episode 3 makes sense. So I created that, and then I thought it would be fun to include my cousin, who I used to hang out with like all the time, as a lightsaber boy. So at first it was like The Adventures of Lightsaber Girl, but then I turned it into The Adventures of Lightsaber Family, and it was the first book I wrote. Terrible grammar, everything, and the computer that I had written it on was just like this old computer that my parents weren't using anymore. They were like, here, you can use this. So I used that, and I wrote it over summer between 2nd and 3rd grade. And fun fact, 2 years later, that computer got stolen. So, and it was on a Word, so this was before all of the cloud-based stuff. So the only rendition of that is whatever physical copies I made. And each physical copy is unique because I dedicated it to someone, and I actually like drew in it. Which is pretty fun. And yeah, essentially you go from She's totally awesome, taking down everybody. We go to the underworld. It's her birthday. She loves the underworld in Coruscant. If you don't know Star Wars, I'm sorry. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, so that is why I wrote this. But yeah, I wrote that story. Maybe one day I'll read it out. I still have copies of it. Not very many left, but I have, I think, 2 of them in my possession that I found. I know I have at least one. And then, obviously, I also have already started reading The Silent Stone on this channel, so hopefully I'll finish that at some point. But that's a whole thing. I'll just leave those videos where they are, because, man, they're rough. But anyway, back to the adventures of the Lightsaber family. I also, at some point, started writing it into a play. So there somewhere in the universe, I don't know where any of these documents went. And hopefully one day I will find them. But I had written like a play, and I tried to include all of the friends that wanted to be part of it. So I started adding more and more people into the story. Then I even started writing songs and like making choreo to it. And it was like a whole thing. And then we would play like almost like LARPing, like live action role play, out the story, but more it was very like you just figure out what you want to do, and you're just like, and then I take my lightsaber and blah. Very D&D style, just without the dice, so you just kind of could do whatever you wanted. So we did that with that story, and that was crazy. So much weird stuff happened, but I don't totally remember, because that was like 4th grade ish, I think. So yeah, but that is the story of the Lightsaber family, my first fan fiction. And yeah, we're gonna go through all the stories that I've made at some point, and you'll get to hear a bit about them. But there's not too much to that one, because it was just very light and whatever. I also did make, I had my mom make me a costume. So there is a Lightsaber Girl costume. I still have it. It's basically the Supergirl costume, that old pink one, with LG in the center for Lightsaber Girl. So, yeah. As I'm stuck in traffic, I'm gonna sign off, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you ever want to hear more of that first story. It's something.